feeling great!
Got him! Wow! Incredible! I got you, homie!
Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and it's a little chilly, so I'm going to be wearing my bathrobe today. But that being said, today you might have noticed that we recently received a bunch of leaks about upcoming Legends. There's a whole lot of them, but one that actually went under the radar was Blisk was on that list. And, well, it seems like he might actually be coming sooner than later. We're going to go over all of that information. We're also going to go ahead and give out an Ultra Prestige skin. All you got to do is like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill, but without further ado, let's jump into it. So recently, a lot of you probably saw back on January 3rd, AG420 did put a list out of upcoming Legends, and there's a lot of interesting ones there. There's Seismic, the Gibraltar update we've heard about, a couple of others such as the Fuse rework, but one that really caught my eye is the fourth one down, and it's called Blisk, and there's a big reason why this is very interesting to me. For the longest time, Apex Legends and Titanfall fans have wanted Cuban Blisk, the main antagonist of Titanfall 2, to be brought into the Apex Legends universe as a playable character. Most of us are aware that he does run the Apex Legends games, or at least formerly did, and there was something recently put out into the files. As you can see here, there's a lot of different multiplayer weapons added in, just a ton of different stuff, but the fourth one down actually is called Blisk Payday, and this is very interesting because it seems to indicate that Blisk may very well be coming in the future as a legend. When Blisk was originally data mined and found, he had a list of abilities, one being a passive ability for interrogation where a player executes an enemy, the location of the enemy's allies will be revealed for 10 seconds. Still not an ability that we've actually seen added into the game. Along with that, his tactical was a throwing knife where it deals 20 damage and marks the target. We've seen the throwing knife obviously come in as gun run, and for a long time this was thought to be Maggie's ability, and his ultimate lines up with what was found in the files, which was called Payday, and it simply says squad kills award credit, spend credits on powerful supplies. Now, in case you didn't know, this was the original abilities, but eventually got turned kind of into the crafter if you haven't seen it before. However, that wasn't where the Blisk story actually ended, and in fact Blisk has been found in leaks from Respawn's office going back to the very beginning of the game. This is a list of the created legends they were making, and as you can see, it has Crypto, Revenant, and Loba, and this was from season 1. Along with that, it says design alpha for Rampart and Valk, and then for future characters they actually have Blisk listed there. So the question you might be asking, well if this is the case, then where is Blisk? There have been so many other legends that have come into the game. Well, it turns out Blisk was actually going to be a character in an upcoming Apex Legends solo game called Titanfall Legends. He was going to be in fact a playable character. In addition, BT would have reportedly returned along with the Apex Legends characters making cameo appearances. But what's important to note is this game got canceled, meaning that Blisk, and from what I have personally heard, is actually once again in development, as he will no longer be that single player person, and in the future will be coming back into the game. But those abilities that we just went over in the data mine files are very, very old. The most recent one we actually have comes from Bias 1.2. And as you can see, these are the abilities listed here. He has a passive pilot kit where Blisk can hack survey beacons using his data knife, and he can also wall run, which is very interesting because we have heard a ton about wall running from Revenant Reborn, as that was what Respawn had said was his original ability kit. Along with that, his tactical was My Ring, My Rules, where Blisk creates a damaging zone powered by the Arena's Ring, and an ultimate standby for Titanfall where Blisk summons an Auto Titan to suppress an area. And as you can see from the gameplay leak of that from Bias 12, it gets called in very similar to Lifeline's ultimate, and then it basically fires an auto sentry. After a little while it explodes, and that's basically his ability. Now, all these were actually confirmed real. Bias's 12 leak is not a made up one. It is 100% accurate to what they had last tested him for. But obviously it's been almost about 10 seasons since we saw that leak, and if and when he does actually come to the games, it's going to be quite a lot different, as we've seen with Revenant Reborn being changed, Catalyst being changed from her original leaks, and we will need to get more lore set up for Blisk. The last time we actually heard of him really was in season 9, where he sanctioned the expansion of the local arenas matches, asking Ash to oversee him, as she used to be one of his right-hand henchmen, a member of the Apex Predators. It's funny, arenas is actually now no longer in the game. Ash remains, but sadly we have not heard of Blisk since. At least not in the mainstream. There is a whole Blisk versus Octane's dad who then took over the games. It's slightly convoluted, but it is very interesting that Blisk could be making a return finally to Apex Legends after the failed solo game and EA canceled it, and it would be the only true and proper way I think to carry on Titanfall after Ash has already been released, and they just haven't done anything with the character for a long time, so it now makes a lot of sense that he would finally be talked about and trying to be thought of ways to be brought into the main game. All that being said, we're gonna go ahead and jump into community clips now. Don't forget to submit your own to me at Thordan Smash on Twitter, but without further ado, let's roll it. me know down below, what are your guys' thoughts on Blisk coming into the game? Do you think he'd be a good addition, or do you think he should just be a narrative point instead? Also, don't forget to check out this video by my editor Novell, who does amazing Apex Legends content, and until next time everyone, keep slaying in the Outlands. I'll see you out there.